As the years pass, it's easy to assume that certain changes in the body are simply a normal part of aging. Frequent bathroom trips at night, weaker urine flow, or that nagging feeling of not quite emptying the bladder, many shrug these off as inevitable signs of getting older. But the truth is, these are not just harmless inconveniences. They're subtle signals from the body, quiet warnings that deserve attention. Far too often, men over 50 ignore these signs, allowing them to quietly progress into real challenges that interfere with daily comfort and well-being. What's happening beneath the surface is a gradual but significant change in the prostate, a small gland that plays an important role in male reproductive health. With time, this gland naturally tends to grow, a process that can place increasing pressure on the urethra, the narrow passage through which urine leaves the body. As this pressure builds, the bladder has to work harder to do its job. What begins as a minor annoyance can soon lead to sleepless nights, fatigue, frustration, and a diminished quality of life. Many don't realize that the body's efforts to compensate for this pressure create their own problems. The bladder muscle becomes thicker and less flexible, which can result in frequent urges even when there's not much urine to expel. The muscle can also begin to contract at inappropriate times, causing sudden urgency or leakage. Eventually, this strain can reach a point where the bladder can no longer empty itself fully. This condition, known as urinary retention, can escalate quickly from a nuisance to a serious medical situation requiring immediate attention. But here's the hopeful news. Much of this process is influenced by daily habits, and simple, mindful changes can make a meaningful difference. It's not about reversing the clock, but about listening to what the body is saying and responding with care and attention. Many men delay urination for various reasons: busy schedules, inconvenience, or discomfort using public restrooms. But consistently ignoring the urge to urinate places extra strain on the bladder and prostate. Over time, this pattern can contribute to inflammation and weaken the bladder's ability to function properly. Hydration is another area often misunderstood. Some men reduce their fluid intake to avoid the inconvenience of frequent trips to the bathroom, but this can backfire. When the body doesn't get enough water, urine becomes more concentrated, which irritates the bladder and increases the risk of infections. By drinking sufficient water throughout the day, it's possible to keep the urinary system flushed and functioning smoothly, supporting both bladder and prostate health. Movement matters as well. A sedentary lifestyle slows circulation in the pelvic area, reducing the flow of nourishing blood and promoting stagnation. This can encourage inflammation and swelling. Even light physical activity, like walking or gentle stretching, improves circulation, supports muscle tone, and helps maintain healthy bladder and prostate function. Diet plays an important role too. Certain foods, especially those high in saturated fats, processed sugars, and refined ingredients, can promote systemic inflammation. This inflammation affects not only the joints and arteries, but also the prostate and bladder. Choosing meals rich in fresh vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, and whole foods helps calm inflammation and support overall well-being. Specific foods like tomatoes, which contain lycopene, and fatty fish, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, offer particular benefits to prostate health. Then there's the effect of caffeine. Many don't realize that caffeine is a bladder irritant. Excess coffee, tea, and sodas can increase urgency, frequency, and discomfort. Reducing caffeine intake or spreading it earlier in the day can ease these symptoms and reduce strain on the bladder. Beyond lifestyle, awareness itself is key. Early signs of prostate enlargement tend to appear gradually. A urine stream that feels weaker, an urge to return to the bathroom shortly after finishing, or waking several times during the night. These early symptoms are the body's way of communicating that something is changing. Listening carefully and acting early makes a tremendous difference. It's helpful to think of these signs as invitations to reflect on daily routines and make adjustments that support long-term comfort and health. For example, simple pelvic floor exercises, sometimes known as Kegels, help strengthen the muscles that control urination. When performed regularly, they can improve bladder control and reduce dribbling after urination. These exercises don't require equipment and can easily become part of a daily routine. Proactive care also means creating habits that respect the body's needs even when life gets busy. Taking the time to urinate when the urge first appears, staying hydrated throughout the day, and moving regularly are all acts of care that protect the bladder and prostate from unnecessary strain. It's also worth noting that chronic inflammation is more than just a symptom. It becomes a driver of ongoing change in the prostate. Inflammation attracts immune cells to the area, which release signals that encourage tissue growth. In men already prone to prostate enlargement due to age-related changes in hormones, this inflammatory process can accelerate the problem. So the goal isn't just to relieve discomfort temporarily, but to break the cycle that allows irritation to quietly build over time. Certain habits often overlooked can silently contribute to this cycle. For instance, sitting for long periods without changing position can reduce circulation to the pelvic area and promote swelling. Taking breaks to stand, stretch, and walk supports healthy blood flow and reduces the risk of stagnation. Similarly, what seems like a minor decision, choosing processed convenience foods over fresh meals, can tip the body's balance toward inflammation. Choosing whole foods is a simple yet powerful way to protect not only the prostate, but also overall vitality. In the same way, prioritizing restful sleep helps regulate the body's hormonal balance and reduce overall inflammation. Poor sleep contributes to stress, which raises levels of cortisol, a hormone that can promote inflammation when chronically elevated. Creating a bedtime routine that supports quality sleep is another small adjustment that pays dividends for prostate and bladder health. Taking these steps does not require drastic change. Rather, they represent small, steady shifts that together create a strong foundation of support for the body as it ages. Instead of viewing urinary symptoms as an inevitable consequence of getting older, they can be seen as opportunities to listen, adjust, and care more thoughtfully. The message is simple. The body communicates through subtle signals, and these signals offer valuable guidance. By paying attention to them, making small, consistent changes in routine, and approaching self-care with patience and kindness, it's possible to maintain comfort, protect bladder and prostate function, and reduce the risk of complications that might otherwise disrupt daily life. This is not about perfection or fear, but about awareness and gentle adjustment. No single change is a cure-all, but together, mindful habits add up to lasting wellness. They reduce the likelihood of needing urgent care down the road and preserve independence and peace of mind. Even beyond the practical health benefits, these choices reflect a broader commitment to honoring the body's natural processes and respecting its evolving needs. They affirm a philosophy of aging that values quality of life, dignity, and ease. In this way, urinary health becomes not just a matter of avoiding discomfort, but part of a larger approach to living well in later years, living with clarity, care, and respect for one's body, moment by moment. Continuing this reflection on caring for the prostate as we age, it's valuable to recognize how much control we truly have over our health outcomes. While genetics may play a role in how the body changes over time, daily habits shape how those changes unfold. For men over 50, every decision made throughout the day, what to eat, how much to move, whether to respond promptly to the body's signals, quietly shapes not only prostate health, but overall comfort and vitality. Many of the challenges that arise from an enlarged prostate begin gradually, almost imperceptibly. It might start with waking once during the night to visit the bathroom when previously sleep was uninterrupted. Then perhaps it becomes twice or 3 times, leading to disturbed rest, daytime fatigue, and frustration. These changes may feel small at first, but often hint at a deeper process occurring within the body, a slow increase in pressure as the prostate gently expands and begins to impede the flow of urine. The bladder, ever adaptive, compensates by working harder, strengthening its walls and contracting more forcefully to expel urine through the narrowing urethra. But this compensation has limits. As the muscle thickens and stiffens, it loses the flexibility needed to store urine comfortably. Urgency increases even when the bladder isn't truly full. Eventually, the bladder may begin to contract unpredictably or struggle to empty completely, setting the stage for chronic retention. Retention itself is a serious condition that many underestimate. When urine is not fully expelled, it remains in the bladder, stretching the walls beyond their intended capacity. This chronic stretching weakens the muscles further and can even push urine backward toward the kidneys, risking infection or damage. Often, men adjust to this slow deterioration without realizing the seriousness until one day urination becomes impossible. At that point, urgent interventions are required, adding physical, emotional, and financial burdens that could have been prevented by earlier, gentler care. The beauty of the body's gradual warning signs is that they provide opportunities to act before these complications arise. Early changes in urinary habits, when addressed thoughtfully, can often be managed with simple lifestyle adjustments rather than invasive procedures or medications. Small steps, paying attention to hydration, reducing bladder irritants like caffeine, moving regularly to promote circulation, honoring the body's signals to void when needed, form a foundation for resilience. Pelvic floor exercises offer another valuable tool. The muscles supporting the bladder, urethra, and prostate can be strengthened with just a few minutes of gentle practice each day. This simple commitment enhances bladder control and reduces the leakage that sometimes follows urination, supporting both comfort and confidence. A balanced diet, rich in anti-inflammatory foods, further protects not only the prostate, but the body as a whole. Foods such as leafy greens, berries, nuts, seeds, fatty fish, olive oil, and tomatoes nourish the body's systems while calming the low-grade inflammation that quietly contributes to prostate swelling and urinary discomfort. Reducing processed foods, excessive sugars, and saturated fats reduces that inflammatory burden and helps maintain a healthy weight, another factor closely linked to prostate and urinary health. Movement, too, plays an essential role. Even light, regular activity, such as daily walks, improves circulation throughout the pelvis, reduces fluid retention, and promotes a healthy inflammatory response. For those with more sedentary routines, setting gentle reminders to stand, stretch, or take brief walks throughout the day helps break up long periods of sitting and supports overall comfort and function. Another quiet but significant factor is stress. The hormones that surge during periods of tension, including cortisol, promote inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. Chronic stress also interferes with sleep, increases cravings for unhealthy foods, and reduces motivation to stay active, creating a cycle that erodes wellness over time. Recognizing the connection between emotional balance and physical health empowers men to care for their whole selves. Simple practices, such as setting aside time for relaxation, cultivating hobbies, engaging with friends or family, or even taking moments each day for deep breathing help regulate stress hormones, supporting better sleep, digestion, and yes, even urinary and prostate health. It's helpful to view prostate care not as a set of restrictions or tasks, but as a way of supporting the body's natural wisdom. These simple practices reflect respect for the body's processes, encouraging balance and ease as the years progress. Even those who already experience mild urinary symptoms can benefit from these adjustments. Many men are surprised at how quickly comfort improves when they reduce bladder irritants, increase hydration wisely, move more regularly, and practice mindful urination habits. The earlier these changes are adopted, the greater the long-term benefits, and the less likely invasive treatments will ever be needed. In this light, prostate care becomes not a burden, but a gift, a way of maintaining independence, dignity, and comfort in daily life. It's about listening attentively and responding kindly to what the body is saying, rather than waiting until a crisis forces action. For those who already experience disrupted sleep due to nocturnal urges, it can help to reflect on evening routines. Reducing fluid intake just before bedtime while maintaining proper hydration earlier in the day can reduce overnight awakenings. Limiting caffeine and alcohol, especially in the afternoon and evening, supports better sleep and reduces bladder irritation. Preparing a calming bedtime routine signals to the body that it's time to rest, supporting both sleep and hormonal balance. When viewed holistically, prostate care blends seamlessly into broader wellness practices. The very same habits that protect urinary comfort, hydration, healthy food, movement, stress reduction, attention to rest, nourish every system of the body. They reduce risk for heart disease, diabetes, cognitive decline, and more, creating a ripple effect of benefits that extend far beyond any single organ. This gentle, respectful approach reflects a larger philosophy of aging well. Instead of fearing every change or ignoring every sign, it invites balance, listening, adjusting, caring, and continuing to enjoy life with grace. It allows men to remain active, engaged, and comfortable, preserving the freedom to enjoy hobbies, travel, family, friends, and the simple pleasures of each day. Ultimately, prostate care is about preserving quality of life, not just preventing disease, but maintaining comfort, confidence, and independence. The key lies in awareness and small daily decisions that honor the body's changing needs. The body gives signals all the time, and those signals are invitations to care. A weaker urine stream, a sense of urgency, disrupted sleep. All these signs suggest a moment to pause and reflect on what adjustments might bring relief and support. With attention and care, many of these issues can be managed gently, without fear, without panic, and often without complex medical intervention. But perhaps most important is the shift in perspective that comes with embracing these habits. Rather than viewing the body as something that is breaking down, it becomes something to nurture, listen to, and support, something wise, experienced, and worthy of respect. Each choice to hydrate, move, eat well, rest deeply, and care for oneself gently is an affirmation of life itself. These choices protect not only physical health, but emotional well-being and quality of life. They help ensure that each day can be lived fully, comfortably, and in alignment with what matters most. In this way, prostate care after 50 is about much more than the prostate alone. It's about living wisely, kindly, and with intention, paying attention to the details that matter and letting go of habits that no longer serve. It's about recognizing that aging, while inevitable, can be approached with curiosity, dignity, and grace. By making small, thoughtful adjustments now, it's possible to avoid larger challenges later. By listening early, responding gently, and embracing simple, nourishing routines, men can preserve their comfort, confidence, and independence far into the years ahead. This is a journey worth taking, and the steps are small, clear, and within reach.